All right, guys. Just came out on the news. AMC, the company, reschedules its annual meeting of the stockholders or shareholders to July 29. It was supposed to be today, and it has been rescheduled. So AMC Entertainment announced today that its board of directors postponed the annual meeting of stakeholders that was previously supposed to be held today. The date change will provide additional time for its millions of current individual shareholders to have their voices heard and more time to cast ballots on important shareholder matters. The annual meeting has been rescheduled for July 29, and a new record date of June 2021 has been established for stockholders entitled to attend and vote at the meeting. The company will deliver a new notice for the annual meeting to stockholders as the record date, who will need to be resubmit their votes even if they have previously voted. So I think this really goes back to two things for me. First, it's clear that the people, the retailers, especially, the shareholders, we haven't really voted. So that's why, because there haven't been enough people who vote on the matters that needed to be discussed on that shareholder meeting, they are postponing to get more time to people in order to cast their vote and get as much feedback as possible in order to get the sense of where the shareholders' thoughts are around those items that are mentioned on that email we all received for the voting for the shareholder meeting. Another thing is, I don't think it's something to take bad, on the wrong way, just because some of the shareholders, some of the shareholders on AMC, the retailers, are new to the market, so they are not really used to this whole voting thing, especially when you do own a stock. But AMC has proven numerous times in the past, with the 500 million shares being the biggest example, that they do listen to the shareholders, especially the retailers, because they do know that a lot of the shareholders or the new ones are the retailers. So I guess that's why they're kind of extending this to get a lot more time to get as much feedback as possible into going to the earnings season. To the shareholder meeting. Now, the earnings hasn't changed. I think it's still May 6th, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll have the earnings call to happen as scheduled. But to me, this might also be a way of saying, or maybe knowing something that is going to happen and not really being, caught up in the middle. But it is what it is. It's just speculation at this point, pure speculation at this point. But the fact that they did, withdraw and completely off the table the whole 500 million shares issuance because they heard what we were saying about that, tells a lot about even the insiders, what their viewpoint is around this whole short squeeze to happen. So the numbers are still going high, guys. Shares utilization back to 2 million, which makes sense because on the red days like this is really the day where the shorts are happy or happier because it makes their work much more easier. But guys, again, as I mentioned earlier, the whole market is red, so it will pass. Okay, we've been here before, so I continue to hold.